In Chapter 6, I get to know the art of bending reality. The author framed a negotiation in such a way that the counterpart will unconcisely accept the limits the person places on the discussion. Then I learn how to navigate deadlines to create urgency, employ the idea of fairness to nudge the counterpart, and anchor their emotions so that not accepting offer feels like a loss. There is a kidnapping situation where the kidnapper asked for $150,000. When faced this situation, if you told the kidnapper that you would split the difference and pay $75,000, it would be a really bad idea. It seemed like a win-win mindset. However, it is usually ineffective and often disastrous. As the author said, the real problem with compromise is that it has come to be known as this great concept in relationships and politics and everything else. Compromise, we are told quite simply, is a sacred moral good. And now it sticks to the subject, never split the difference. Creative solutions are almost always preceded by some degree of risk, annoyance, confusion, and conflict. Accommodation and compromise produce none of that. You have got to embrace the hard stuff. That's where the great deals are. And that's what great negotiators do. From this chapter, I also learned that time is one of the most crucial variables in any negotiation. Deadline is not as important and absolute as expected, but it will promote the negotiation. The most powerful word in negotiations is fair. The F word fair is an emotional term people usually exploit to put the other side on the defensive and gain concessions. When your counterpart drops the F-bomb, don't get sucked into a concession. Instead, ask them to explain how you are mistreating them. To get real leverage, you have to persuade them that they have something concrete to lose if the deal falls through. In this chapter, the author shared the following methods. The first is anchor their emotions. Second is let the other guy go first most of the time. Third is establish a range. Fourth is pivot to non-monetary terms. Fifth, when you do talk numbers, use odd ones. And the last one is surprise with a gift. People will take more risk to avoid a loss than to realize a gain. Make sure your counterpart sees that there is something to lose by inaction. When using the methods, we can even implement them in negotiating a better salary. And here are 3 steps. The first is be pleasantly persistent on non-salary terms, such as vacation. And second step is salary terms without success terms is Russian roulette. And the third one, spark their interest in your success and gain an unofficial mentor.